This module consists of 3 learning objectives. The first, describe the characteristics of air pressure waves and explain the process by which the ear transforms sound energy into neural messages. The second, discuss the theories that help us understand pitch perception. And the third, describe how we locate sounds. Today, we will focus on describing the characteristics of air pressure waves and explain the process by which the ear transforms sound energy into neural messages. Audition can be defined as the sense or act of hearing. Just like our other senses, our audition, or hearing, is highly adaptive. We hear a wide range of sounds, but the ones we hear best are those sounds with frequencies in a range corresponding to that of the human voice. We are also remarkably attuned to variations in sound. We easily detect differences among thousands of possible human voices. Frequency is the number of complete wavelengths that pass a point in a given time, for example, per second. Pitch, on the other hand, is a tone's experienced highness or lowness and depends on frequency. Like light waves, which we previously learned about, sound waves vary in shape. The amplitude of sound waves determines their loudness. Their length, or frequency, determines the pitch we experience. Long waves have a low frequency and low pitch. Short waves have a high frequency and a high pitch. When measuring sound, we use decibels, with 0 decibels representing the absolute threshold for hearing, and normal conversation would be measured at about 60 decibels. The intricate process that transforms vibrating airwaves into nerve impulses, which our brain decodes as sound, begins when sound waves enter the outer ear. The middle ear is the chamber between the eardrum and the cochlea that contains 3 tiny bones, the hammer, or malleus, the anvil, or incus, and the stirrups, also known as the stapes. The final part of the ear is the inner ear, the innermost part, and contains the cochlea, the semicircular canals, and the vestibular sacs. All 3 parts of the ear are important for hearing conduction. We'll see why on the next slide. As mentioned in the previous slide, the outer ear channels sound waves through the auditory canal to the eardrum, which is a tight membrane causing it to vibrate. Once it reaches the middle ear, the 3 tiny bones, the hammer, the incus, and the stirrups, pick up the vibrations and transmit them to the cochlea, a snail-shaped tube in the inner ear. The incoming vibrations cause the cochlea's membrane to vibrate, jostling the fluid that fills the tube. This motion causes ripples in the basilar membrane, bending the hair cells lining its surface. Hair cell movement triggers impulses in the adjacent nerve cells. Axons of those cells convene to form the auditory nerve, which sends neural messages, via the thalamus, to the auditory cortex in the brain's temporal lobe.